On to the next one, the Wood Street Stormwater Improvement Project. Funding,
This project here is located along Wood Street from Lake Street down to Main Street, in the town of Griffin. And, the purpose of the project description is we want to extend a 36-inch interceptor sewer south down Main Street in a portion of the town that currently has no available stormwater outlet. The portion of town south of here, the stormwater just sits at grade until it can soak into the ground, which in years past wasn't as big of a deal, but as development happens in this area, there's less and less pervious area for the water to go and reach back into the ground. As I stated before, there's no available outlet for stormwater in this area, so it sits anywhere it can, primarily on the roadway and the property of the surrounding businesses. This causes flooding, this causes roadway deterioration, it's a problem for traffic coming through here. This roadway experiences around 7,700 vehicle travels every day. Currently here, the town is planning to reconstruct Main Street to resolve all these drainage issues. They're spending close to $4 million on the full reconstruct of all this to put in new storm sewers and handle everything. The issue becomes there's no available outlet for the stormwater in the area. Johnson's Ditch and Turkey Creek Flat one to the east are too shallow and too far away. So the most economic way to do this is to extend that interceptor sewer south to pick up this area. So area of impact, primarily east-west, is along that Main Street corridor, which again handles a large amount of traffic, both commercial and residential, as businesses continue to go in this area. And then also to the north, you'll see that subdivision also will experience some relief from the sewer as part of the design plan. We would be stubbing an overflow sewer to the east. This section of town was built around 60 years ago, and the design standards for storm sewers were different back then. So you have a lot of 6-inch and 8-inch storm sewer pipe that doesn't really have capacity to handle larger storm events. So water will pond on the roadway. Getting an overflow into this interceptor will also alleviate some of the flooding in this area. And that's the primary purpose of this project. The engineering estimate for construction on this is $1.15 million. Originally, we had requested an 80-20, but the town has revised the request and they'd like to go with the 60-40 and again invest more in their project, which leaves the request from the commission for $690,000.
is this in conjunction with the prior ones, with the upgrades?
No, sir. It does discharge to that pump station, but the station has capacity to handle this stormwater runoff, and you don't need one to do the other.
Thomas?
I have nothing.
Robert?
Yeah, just one question. You said lateral one for Turkey Creek won't be affected by this?
No, we would have liked to discharge stormwater here to lateral one of Turkey Creek or to Johnson's Ditch, which are both to the east. But the shallowness of the ditch in that area and the distance from the site, we couldn't get any gravity pipes to there. It would require a pump station to pump up into the ditch, which is not economically feasible for this project. It was much more feasible to go north with that interceptor.
Bob?
Just for clarification, this is this is north of Main and east of what, north south?
East of Broad Street.
East of, okay.
It's about midway between Broad and Colfax. It runs parallel with the Canadian National tracks there.
West of Colfax, okay. All right, thank you.
Like 5 streets west of Colfax. 6.
It's gotta be right by the railroad track.
Yeah.
Yeah, it runs parallel with those tracks.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Rob.
Is this a type of project that the town has looked at any other type of funding mechanisms, whether state or federal?
For the Main Street improvement projects to handle the flooding on Main Street, they're using CCMG funding. However, that can't be used to extend a interceptor storm sewer. It has to use for roadway improvements. So they're spending that money to try and get what they can on Main Street and improve the stormwater there. But this needs to really be done so that those improvements can go in, be constructed and have an outlet.
What are you doing on Main Street?
It'll be a full reconstruct, we'll put in curbs, storm sewer inlets, a main storm sewer trunk line, lower the road a bit so that we can take runoff from the surrounding businesses. As it sits now, currently the roadway spots sheds water to businesses and their parking lots that it just sits there. We'd like to capture as much as we can and get it into the storm sewer system so that we can want to get it off the road, make the road safer and to just alleviate some flooding up our neighbors.
They gonna widen it too?
Marginally, there won't be a third lane or a turning lane or anything like that. There's not enough room within the right of way, but it will add maybe a foot to each lane.
Got a question?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
First of all, I'm going to compliment you on the presentation. And, but I'd just like to know, I have a few questions, which are the economic benefit for this town that you're going to do this for. And, what's the consideration for that? What would happen after that in the future?
Well, we're hoping by improving the drainage in this area, one, it makes it easier for traffic, so that's a great, and two, it allows the area, property immediately adjacent to this to become developable,
Okay,
and, it'll just allow for better thoroughfare of traffic. I don't have any numbers in terms of benefit, but, it would definitely.
well, I'd just like you to consider that when this project is granted, that you consider minority participation. And I'm going to be requesting that when you go forward and when we do approve this, if we approve it. But I would like to compliment you. I think it's a good project.
Thank you.
Anybody else? All right, thank you very much.
Thank you all.